They're here.
Yes. Oh, there's my mic. Yes. Thank you for staying with us here on thematrixstudios.com. You are watching The Morning Influence.
Shout out to Cartier the God, Big Boy Management.
Shout out to Cartier the God, holding it down on the ones and twos.
That's one of my new. No, I don't like to say pause, but that's one of my new dudes. Like, cause Cartier comes through and rocks out. We be in here jamming, and he works.
He's so dependable.
I like people that work.
I love people that are dependable.
Yeah, I love people that work. I love people that are dependable. Yeah, that's a big word. Dependable.
That's right. And he has an old soul.
So DWI, put the D.
Come by, though, you know?
Put the D in dependable. Yo, shout out to our guest in the building, Mr.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Amoyal.
Mr. Matthew Amoyal.
What is that? What's your origin?
I'm half Moroccan and half Russian. So my father's side is Moroccan. That's the Amoyal. It's a French-Moroccan name.
Excellent.
Let me ask you a question. How long did it take you to actually pronounce your own last name?
Oh, my gosh.
You get it? Too long. I had that shit, every variation from Air Mule, Amdoyle, Ambrosio. Oh
Listen, I feel your pain. At least it's just your last name. My first name is very hard to pronounce, so.
Is it really? Or is it just confusing to look at it?
When you read it. No, you know, I used to think it was just when you read it.
I thought her name was Chia at first.
Everybody thinks my name is
That's only
Chia.
because
My name is spelled C-H-I-A. It's a Hebrew name, and that's why the C. Thank you. He knows how to pronounce my name. You speak Hebrew. You speak my language. There we go.
She made a new friend. Now somebody's on her side. Wait till he hears how she thinks that we can't multitask as men. Like,
well,
this man right here got a lot of tasks, and he's about to run down his whole list. But
can you text and talk at the same time?
I can do that, and I can chew gum at the same time as well.
Yes.
They say I have some skills.
And he can do impersonations. He can do voiceovers.
Tongue.
But listen.
Okay, Kaya.
But listen, like I say, the Jews and the Jew sympathizers, wonderful people to work with.
Absolutely, especially if you like comedy.
Honey, they got to get crazy over there. Those guys, they're goyim, they get a little crazy, and the sugar, they drank a little too much, darling, I'm telling you.
Is that a Jewish accent? Is that how Jewish ladies say talk?
It depends on what part you're
like,
from.
Yeah, right.
That's very Yiddish. That's a very Yiddish accent.
Oh, that's grandma.
Yeah, I was say, what was her nationality? Because he didn't like nobody. That was the most racist show I think I've ever seen.
Which
Archie
one?
Bunker.
Of course, Archie Bunker. That's where I prototyped this voice from, because where I first learned how to do voice impression.
Archie, don't always be mean to meathead, Archie.
I don't know what was worse back then, that or Benny Hill. Like, Benny Hill was straight porn on Channel 9 at like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. No, Grandpa loved that. I used to watch that with him, and also, Al. Peg, I'm coming for you.
Well, Al, come on, Al. Just bang me already.
Meanwhile, she's one of the hottest things walking around at that time, and he's got a problem banging her. I mean, Jesus Christ. What's going on here?
Oh, my gosh. I
My
like
grandpa
this guy.
loved it. He was a shoe salesman, We're all salesmen in my family. I got into the media game, actually, not just as talent, but also as a sales guy. I went into, newspaper and, media sales. Was managing for the New York Post for a little while, actually, one of their papers, the Bayside Times, and their Times Ledger newspaper chain.
Excellent. So wait, you said you're Russian and Moroccan. Are you Jewish?
I am Jewish. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm an Israeli citizen.
Talking about.
Half and half.
Oh, now he's cool.
Now
He's cool now. Now he's cool.
Now
yes. You got a problem with that? Yes.
I'm just saying.
This is my brethren right here.
Oh, thank you. Got to be something.
Shout out to Zion. Yes.
But you know what? And let's talk a little bit about culture for a little bit. We really, as black people, we sympathize and we rock with Jewish people because y'all went through we had similar.
We rock with Jewish people.
Yeah, background. So when we start pairing up, like we definitely got to take sides.
Yeah, Jews were at the forefront of the civil rights movement, dude.
It's
like
right, but we've been persecuted everywhere since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And it's you have to understand where this comes from. You understand your enemy, you can defeat him. And what I looked at is, well, why was this happening? Economic times were always difficult, and education was always the key, and the Jewish people were the people of the book. So they were always in the legal positions, in the clerical positions, in places that they were always getting money. So when you're having a group, and this is how Hitler, decided to take power. He's like, look, I'm going to go into the beer taverns and, talk shit about the government, talk shit about the Jews, talk shit about everybody who's not German and who's not blonde and blue-eyed. Why? Because that's going to make them feel better, and it's a thing to give a scapegoat against.
Exactly.
Jewish people, like I said, when they were worrying about studying the book, they weren't really worrying about being ruffians and being all intimidating and whatnot, so it was an easy kind of target.
Well, don't forget the Russian mafia, though, dude.
Well, not anymore. No, not anymore. That's for sure. And listen, Israel kicks ass. You know what I mean? There's no denying that. Tzvah Agana Yisrael always. So, like I said, it's about understanding what's going on, and it's a lack of understanding that leads to that hate. It leads to that aggression, and it's like I said, it's a good excuse. For me, I'm not about bullshit or excuses. I'm about equality for everybody. Stop with the I was hurt 20 years ago, 50. Any of this bullshit. They're all excuses. An excuse for why you're not doing. Why don't you just get off your ass and do for a change? You know how much shit I do, Dee-Wee. You know what I mean? I'm teaching voiceover classes and promoting. I'm a producer. I'm about to go to NBC and work with them. These guys, I have a meeting with them at 3 today. I'm producing movies and television shows, and I own a boxing franchise.
Excellent.
So, you know what I mean? Like, guys, it's
multitasking.
Yeah. And I teach defensive driving every now and then just for shits and giggles.
There you go.
How funny would it be to have Elmo?
Elmo, come over here, guys. You don't want to be doing stupid shit behind the wheel of a car. You gotta be crazy over there. That's right.
So I'm assuming with a lifestyle like that, you can't have a girlfriend or wife.
No, I do not have a girlfriend right now. I am dating. I'm single. Let's just put it this way.
I'm dating and I'm single.
Well, I am. I'm single and I'm dating.
No, he's dating.
But that's good.
Like
I'm
dating.
You have to put that out.
And I'm single.
Oh.
And I'm single.
That sucks when the guy that's liking you and thinking he hears you say that, Kai, like, damn.
He knows I'm single.
Well, look, you have to understand something. If you're going to really get into a committed monogamous relationship, whether it's a girlfriend, a fiance, wife, whatever, you have to understand that there's going to be certain considerations that you have to give over to. And right now, I have over 40 people that work for me. I have a big business that, No, but I have a big business that has to, flourish, and I need to be there and responsible for them.
Which is plug that business while you're saying it.
Gotham Boxing, Immortal Dreamweaver Productions. Like I said, JT Talent is my partner. I have to worry about making sure that we get things done. When that career path is, shall we say, ironclad and 100%, going in the direction it needs to go. And obviously, I need to be impressed. I have to be honest. If I'm going to be giving up, some of my freedom, so to speak, I definitely want to be impressed. I want to be knocked off my fucking feet.
You have to be. You give up a lot to be in this kind of industry, especially when you're doing so many things at once like you are. And what encouraged you to take on so many ventures at once as opposed to just sticking to one?
Why? Because I can do it, and it keeps me busy. I like to keep my mind challenged with all sorts of different. And
it keeps you busy. What
not
are you
just
distracting yourself from?
Well, honestly, boredom.
Issues?
Who wants to sit around being unproductive? I like to not just have one challenge. I like to be able to do a lot of things. And the way I've interwoven this network of media, every hand washes the other anyway. So the only thing that's odd out of that is the defensive driving thing. But I like to, I'm a mixed martial artist myself. I like to think of shall we say, a defensive-minded kind of mindset. And there's so much bullshit that happens on the roads anyway. So I always wanted to be able to get away with, not having to take the class and actually maybe teach it. It was a little bit more interesting. So, like I said, I like to, keep things a little bit fresh. Hell, it's like having hobbies.
Excellent.
Right, let me do one thing before Kai goes, because I know she got the next great question. We trying to keep people at work.
I'm gonna go in on this young man.
We don't want too much cursing. We allowed you to go to get it out your system.
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
So now let's just, because we don't want them turning down. They trying to listen to it. They're like, oh no, is he gonna curse? When's it coming? Wait for it.
Yeah, they're listening at work.
Do that. You do Elmo and Sesame Street right now. Okay, don't worry about it.
OD. No, I love this. I love that you're doing so much. That's really great. But out of all the things you do, I bet you the most challenging is women, right?
You have to understand, women are a wonderful mystery, and you know what? It's a wonderful thing to unravel. I kind of feel a kindred spirit to women. They're emotional and sensitive, and I kind of try to be the same way, but a little bit rational as well, So sometimes they come out.
Wait a minute, are you kidding me? Why is it that you left the toilet seat up? What the hell is going on here?
Look, darling, come on.
I'm sure you're going to have bigger fish to fry with that one. Like, how come you're never home? How come you haven't been home in like 3 weeks?
No, I like to keep everything grounded towards the New York area. Yeah, with distro and the connections that we're working out in California, I'm going to have to start going out there a little bit more often, especially in the sales aspect of things. Because I'm attempting to put together a kind of like a hedge fund to start really going out there. I have a distribution company that I work with exclusively. And they want me to start going out there and getting the advertising packages, shall we say, more concise and easy for like advertising for dummies when it comes to movie making. And go out there and find the next, Spielberg, the next George Lucas, and make them. And that's what I'm hoping to be able to do is really go out there and make some stars. When you can make others shine, like Michael Jordan, it makes you even better. Jordan was the king of making everybody else look great, So I hope to be able to do the same thing. Jordan, God love you, brother. I wish you were still playing ball. The league sucks without you.
Even at your old age.
Yeah, 32.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
What is he, in his mid-40s? Are you kidding me? The guy still looks like he's chiseled out of stone.
He ages
he's the
well.
Man. Yeah, he does.
I bet he limps, though. He
limps?
Yo, hold on. From all that jumping around?
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that much physical labor and not have your knees give out at you.
He used to train in water. He used to do a lot of training. Like, he was the best for a reason. Like, he used to really work out. I'm sure he does, because those pains come when you start getting older. Like, you kind of forgot that you had that knee pain. And
he's had serious injuries, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, listen.
Not only one ankle. Only one ankle and then a wrist.
That was his rookie year, too.
Yeah. He got one, and after that, he was super after that. Like,
wow.
He just dominated the league. Like, people was praying for him to get injured.
Yeah, right?
Like, he wouldn't sit out for
especially
a flu.
here in New York. So, listen, I love New York, but I'm a Jordan fan. What do you want me to tell you? He's the greatest of all time. I respect talent.
Definitely. Definitely got to give respect where it's due. So...
Okay, no. I was about to shout out Lady B because she was talking about the show that I pitched to her of doing the show out in Australia, live from Australia on our network, and that is, you got that already. We're going to set that up because I'm in my influential mode now, so I promise you that we're going to talk about that on off air and make that happen. I just wanted to say that because I just read it in the chat room.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat room who's joining us.
I want to ask Big Seth, what's Camp Lowe's at, so I can send out my next link and then get people tuned in. Since Kaya don't want to do it, I got to do everything.